Hi, welcome to Beyond the Real. My name is Alex.
And I'm Mark.
And today, we're gonna wreck it! I mean, we're gonna talk about Wreck-It Ralph. Obviously. That's what that was. However, we will not talk about Wreck-It Ralph until you leave this video a like. So if you want to continue watching the video, you have to hit that like button. Otherwise, we won't talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. So,
like, just wait. Just wait for him. Okay.
Alright. Thank you for leaving a like. So, just to start off, I never would have watched this movie. I never thought this movie was interesting and never caught my attention. I had no plans of watching it, but Mark told me about it, so I watched it, and I honestly really enjoyed it. And now, I feel like I shouldn't be so judgmental about these animated movies because I enjoyed it. I thought it had a lot of heart. I really liked the voice cast, and I really liked the animation in this as well. So I thought that was really cool, and a lot of the underlying themes I thought were really good as well.
Yeah. Like, for me, I've seen it probably almost 100 times by now because of my kid. So, but this movie, it really does have a lot of heart. The story, you know, from point A to point B, yeah, it's really good, and I just like, you know, the fact that you know, the character Ralph, you know, we get to see him on this journey. He wants to be a good guy. That's what he wants to be, but that's not how video games work. There always has to be a bad guy, but that doesn't mean you can't be good. You know, and that's what they're trying to tell him right at the beginning of the game, the film. You know, that's what Zangief is telling Ralph, but he doesn't understand it. But this movie, it really does have a lot of heart. All the characters, they really bring them to life, and it's very enjoyable. I really do like it. Yeah, and like he said too, animation is great. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and then one of the things that immediately got me so invested in the film was like all the licensing that they had, because I mean, you see a lot of characters. You see Bowser, you see some of the Street Fighter characters, Sonic, and even like some of the more like old school obscure ones like the root beer tapper.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, okay, so they're really reaching in there.
Yeah.
But I really like this whole thing about how it takes place in an arcade, and you know, the whole video game centric theme that it has going on. I really enjoyed, and you know, basically, like we said, you know, the theme of that, you know, being a bad guy but not being bad, and just seeing that the journey that Ralph goes on from the beginning to the end, and even how he makes friends along the way, and how he kind of, you know, stems growth on them as well, like Penelope, you know, whenever he jumps over to her game, and then, you know, how she's like very timid, and you know, she's being mocked all the time, and then, you know, seeing her be able to grow and get that confidence back, and then, you know, have her growth also reflect in Ralph. You know, I thought it was very special.
Yeah. And then like with Ralph's game, Wreck-It Ralph, you know, we like with that, like seeing like Felix, I thought he was honestly a really good character, and I don't think he really understood what Ralph was trying to do, because, you know, he was the one who was getting all the glory from just, you know, winning every single game, and then Ralph is just, you know, there outside, you know, not being appreciated, because honestly, how they figured it out either way in the film, that without Ralph, you don't have a game.
Yep.
You know, you have to have Ralph to have this game, and they didn't appreciate him, you know. And later on, they actually realized that even in the middle of the film, when Ralph actually gets back with the medal, I don't remember what the little dude is called, but he's an ass. He's really an ass. That one character in Wreck-It Ralph's world, and he's basically saying, now you can live in the penthouse alone, because that's all Ralph wants to do is, you know, be accepted. But that dude, even after he wins it, and knowing without Ralph, you don't have a game. I would really think those people would actually, you know, bow down. Really, honestly, bow down to Ralph because you need him to be there to do it. Like any other game, in an arcade game, you need that one character. You need Sonic. You don't have a game. You know what I mean? It was a lot of good moments in this film.
Yeah, and then since we're talking about that, I really like the way the things are animated in his game, because like the town folk or whatever, like as they like in that scene where they're having like the party, and then they're there and like the whole like it kind of seems like there's a few like frame skips in the animation to make it be like. Yeah. like an actual like thing from that time, so I thought that was pretty cool. That was honestly probably my favorite like little thing that they included in the film.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot that I enjoyed. Like after seeing how like they can jump out of their game and like they have like this, like he has meetings with other characters from other games, and well that basically goes into what I said earlier about the licensing. But I really like how they did these things, and I really like the growth that the characters went through. And then the one thing that I probably cracked me up the most is whenever he goes to Sugar Rush. There are these two characters that I think are so hilarious for no reason at all, just because I'm immature. But they have these two cops who are donuts, and I don't know why every time they showed up, like I wanted to just die laughing because it looks so funny. Because they even have like they got the aviators on, they got freaking. They got sprinkle mustaches. and also King Candy is introduced, and he really cracks me up because I don't know why, but as spoiler alert, like whenever he goes through his transformation, I really thought like, hey, that's Pennywise.
Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah.
And then but I also really enjoyed that the spoiler, the twist of him, because I didn't see it coming, but like in retrospect, I guess I should have, because like there's a few like hints here and there that after it happened, I was like, oh wait, I probably should have seen that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I think Alan Tudyk completely killed it as King Candy. But he's still not my favorite Alan Tudyk bro. Shout out to K2SO.
Yeah, my favorite scene in this, well, okay, I have my favorite action scene and my favorite emotional scene. My favorite scene, action scene, was when they go to, what's the shooting game called? I can't remember.
Heroes something.
Hero's Duty. There you go. Hero's Duty. Ralph ends up going. He wants to gets the medal, but before he's at Tapper's. He's getting drinks, whatever, talking to him, and then he ends up running into one of the characters there. He takes his armor, goes to Hero's Duty, and when he sees what he has to do just to get it, he's like, "Oh crap!" Yeah. And then I really do like when he's freaking out when then he gets the robot that the human player actually plays on.
I actually like how they did that. Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
Like that. That was one of my favorite action scenes. Just seeing it go through, just seeing. The characters just go through the motion, and then she has to go out of her way just to get him back into the game. And one of the rules is you're not supposed to mess with the player, while they're playing, because of course it's gonna be kind of suspicious. And yeah, that was one of my favorite action scenes in the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of the alien references as well.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about that, I really like how those things come into play later on. About how one escapes and then it acts as a virus that like overtakes Sugar Rush.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. But also in terms of Sugar Rush, I really like the way they did the racing in this, because I was very invested in the race that they have, and I was like, well, this is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Like Sugar Rush, it's a cool world. You actually go into it, you're like, oh, it's probably this girly, sucky game, but no, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's like Candyland, Mario Kart, and California Girls by Katy Perry all mixed into one. Yeah,
and one of my favorite characters from Sugar Rush is Taffeta, because at the end of the movie when Vanellope is actually, she gets her powers back or whatever, she ends up telling that she's gonna execute all of them, right? And then Taffeta, she's crying, and then Penelope tells her stop crying. And she's like, I can't. It just keeps coming out, or whatever she was saying. Like, that's one of my favorite parts. I have a lot of favorite parts in this movie. It's fun. It really is.
But yeah, and then there's a lot of like little things here and there that I really enjoyed. Like when they show King Candy's castle for the first time, you see the Oreos outside. Like, Oreo. Or like when Ralph escapes and he's like in the chocolate pond and he has a straw and it's Darth Vader's breathing.
It's really, there's a lot that goes on. It's just little bitty things make the movie, I feel like, stand out more.
Even, like, there's even a cameo by freaking Skrillex. And I was like, what the heck? What is he? He's not a video game character, is he? But, there's like a lot of little stuff like that really made it enjoyable for me. And I really like the characters. You know, I really liked Ralph. I really liked Felix. I like Penelope. I like I forget your name, but Jane Lynch's character. You know, I really like all of them. I really found myself rooting for them and getting behind them. And even like in some of the things that they have to do, like I was really like, oh man. Like for example, spoiler, like halfway through the movie when Ralph, you know, and Penelope build the car, but then Ralph destroys it, and like he hangs her up on the tree and she's crying. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a lot of emotion in this, and the ending scene when the robot, what is it called?
The robot?
Not the thing from Heroes Duty.
The arcade machine.
No, the monster that they kill, the things that they kill in Heroes Duty.
Oh, okay. The bug thing.
Yeah, the bug. Yeah, when the bug thing all happens and everybody, you know, running around and they all have to exit the game. Oh, one other thing I do like too, that when you leave another game and you go into another world, that you if you die, you die. I actually do like that actually can happen in those. It's a pretty cool thing that adds consequences.
Yeah, that
you know what I mean?
to it.
Yeah, but one of the other scenes that I like too is like that when that's going on. Ralph, he's gonna sacrifice himself, so he ends up going on top of like I don't know what it was, but
Mentos.
Yeah, it was something with Mentos, and he ends up, you know, smashing it all the way down when he's fighting Turbo in the air, and he's willing to sacrifice himself so that way Penelope, you know, can go out, you know. So I actually thought, and that was awesome, and then seeing her use her glitch and just go all the way back over there and actually save him. I was like, man, that's friendship there. That really is. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then for me, probably what hurt me the most in this film was whenever he goes back with the medal and then he's like looking at it, but then he has the medal that she made and it's like, you're my hero. That's when I was like, because I'm not gonna lie, like I said, this movie has a lot of heart and it really got me in multiple places, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really do enjoy it, and I mean, it's fun. Like, it's a fun movie. It's an emotional movie, and yeah,
it's a good time for everyone: kids, adults, teenagers, anything in between.
It's deep.
Yeah,
it really is. It's deep. These animations are getting deeper and deeper.
Did you have an MVP in mind? Yeah, for me it was hard too. That's why I asked you.
I'm gonna say Ralph because of his transformation from like when he realizes, you know, that he can be bad, but he can also be good. Like, that's what I really do like, that you actually see that transformation in this film for his character. So yeah, I would say Ralph.
Okay, awesome. I'll agree with Ralph, but I'll just throw Penelope out there because, you know, I think that, you know, she had an equal amount of growth and she was also able to overcome her own obstacles, and she had help from Ralph, and in the end also helped him as well. Yeah, so I really enjoyed the growth of these characters, and that's it. Yeah. We recommend it.
Yeah, totally.
So watch it if you haven't. We hope you like it.
Yeah. Well, alright guys, that's our review for Wreck-It Ralph. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and come back and check back for more.